Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So around a year ago I made a video on my channel where I talked about the top 10 series that I really wanted to start in 2022, and my original plan was to react to that video in December or November and then do a reading vlog where I start the series that I hadn't got round to yet. However, that didn't happen. I think I realised around the halfway point of the year that I just wasn't prioritising series, and I was looking back at the videos that I did in 2021 around series that I wanted to start in 2021, and I did start the series that I wanted to start, but I didn't continue many of them, so I'm gonna do things a little bit differently to what I originally planned. I'm still gonna react to the video that I made last year. However, instead of starting those series and then just forgetting about them, what I'm gonna do is a series of vlogs throughout this year where I not only start those series but I also finish them. I think there's a few series on the list that aren't actually completed yet, so I'm probably gonna ignore those for now and just focus on completed series, because that is the general goal for this year, is that I want to be completing the series that I start, and hopefully there aren't as many as I'm expecting. If I were to make a prediction, I think I've started around half of the series that I wanted to start last year. It might be more. I'm a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, that is the plan for this video. I'm gonna stick my headphones in for this. However, I know that because these are like noise cancelling, it's gonna sound very weird. Yeah, I sound like I'm underwater. That's really strange. I don't think I like it. But I'll put the original video on the screen here, maybe, so you can see. I might need to move up a little bit. Also, sorry if you can hear squeaking, but this chair is, yeah, not the best. Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna be going through the top 10 series that I would like to start in 2022. I'm just gonna skip through the introduction because I don't think we need to hear me ramble anymore. The first series that I wanted to talk about is a series that I've technically started because it's the Live Ship Traders trilogy by Robin Hobb. Okay, so I did actually end up starting the Live Ship Traders and I finished it as well, so we're off to a great start. I think I actually put the books that I wanted to prioritise at the start of the video, so things might go downhill from here, but I did start and also finish the Live Ship Traders. I've also continued with Around with the Owdlings, and I'm currently reading The Golden Fool, which is the second book in the Tawny Man trilogy. I've just thought, actually, I did do a series wrap-up video in December where I talked about all of the series that I completed in 2022, so I'll leave that linked in the description and in the cards just in case you want to hear my full thoughts on any of these if I did complete them last year. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Live Ship Traders, more than I was expecting, considering that I didn't love the Farsi trilogy, which is the first trilogy within the Realm of the Owdlings. Moving on to book number 2. The next series on my list is Crown of Feathers by Nikki Palplato. Okay, yeah, I didn't read this, so that's not great. I actually was meant to read this in 2021 because I think it was a buddy read pick on Vish's Discord, and I bought the first book on Kindle because I was planning on taking part in the read along, and then I just didn't get around to it. So yeah, I really need to read this. I think it's about Phoenix Riders, and from what I remember, it has like a complicated sister relationship, and that's like a buzzword for me. I really love books that have complicated family relationships, and especially books that are about siblings, because I have sisters and I enjoy reading about complex sister relationships. So yeah, that is definitely one that's going on the list for this year because I have the first book and it's a trilogy. I think it's like YA, but it also leans more adult, so it should be quite a fast-paced read. The next series on my list is The Villain's Duology by V. Schwab. So the first book in this series is called Vicious. I did actually read The Villain's Duology. I completely forgot that I put this on the list, but I read Vicious earlier in 2022, and then I ended up completing it because Vicious was really fast paced. I wasn't expecting it to be as quick as it was, and then I think I picked up Vengeful just on a bit of a whim because I thought I might as well just finish off the duology. I have heard that there's going to be another book in this series, so it's not going to be a duology anymore, but for now I have actually completed that series. The next series on my list is the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. Okay, so I haven't read the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. It is on my radar and it's quite high actually on my list of priority series because I think I am going to really love it. I know that it's got elemental magic, and I just read the Sword of Kaigan, which has elemental magic, so I'm craving that again. You know, the only thing that's put me off this series is that I accidentally saw a spoiler for the first book, and I think it's quite an important spoiler, so I don't know. I am still excited to read it. I'm actually really interested to see what I think of it because I've also heard that it has quite an unusual writing style. I've heard that some parts are told in second person POV, which is something that I sometimes struggle with. However, I know that it's a completed series, so it is one that I should really prioritise. The next series on my list is Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Maniscalco. Oh, see, this is where I get really annoyed at myself because I almost read Kingdom of the Wicked back in October. I was doing a read and vlog where I was reading witchy books, and this is about a witch who I think she raises a prince from hell to help her solve a mystery. So it sounds like something that I would really enjoy, and I know that the third book in the trilogy came out towards the end of last year, which is why I put this on the list because I thought I could just read the whole trilogy within 1 year, but I didn't even get around to the first book. Have heard mixed things about the last book actually, now that I think on it, but I'm still excited to give this a go because I do think I am gonna like it. I've heard that it's got a very addictive quality to it. The next book on my list is The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I didn't end up reading The Lies of Loch Lamora, however there is a very specific reason for that, and that's because I found out that it's not actually a completed series. For some reason I thought that it was, but I think actually what I'd heard is that you can read the first book as a standalone, and then I think the other books in the series also work as standalones, and they're kind of contained stories within each book but following the same characters. I know that it's a heist theme, which is something that I really like. I've heard a lot of people recommending this if you like books like Six of Crows, which I did really love, so I don't know actually whether I am going to stick this on my list for 2023 because I know it's not a completed series. However, I could read the first book and then just leave it as a standalone and then decide whether I want to continue once the last book or once the next book is actually released. The next series on my list is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin, I think is how you pronounce the author's name. Okay, so I was also meant to read Serpent and Dove back in October when I was doing witchy themed vlogs. I was gonna compare this to Kingdom of the Wicked and read both of them in the same vlog, but I didn't get around to either of them. I think I did actually put them on my TBR back in October, but yeah, didn't get around to either of them. I am still intrigued by this first book, but I haven't heard the best things about the rest of the series, so we'll see how it goes with this. I know that it's a romance between a witch and a witch hunter, and that's pretty much all I know. I think it's also YA, which I don't think I realised when I first put it on my radar. I think I thought that it was new adult or adult, even though I haven't heard the best things about books 2 and 3. I am hoping that if I read them quite close together, then maybe I'll enjoy them more, because I think there was quite a big gap between the books being released. From what I remember, I might have got that completely wrong, but I do find that if I read books in a series close together, then there's a better chance that I will enjoy them because I still feel connected to the characters. I mean, I could read the first book and absolutely hate it and then just DNF the series, but yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. The next series on my list is Mistborn Era 2 by Brandon Sanderson. Oh, okay, so I was getting a little bit nervous because I feel like we've had more misses than hits so far. I haven't been in keeping count or anything. However, I did read Mistborn Era 2 and I really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure what to expect because a lot of people had said that it was very different to Era 1. However, I really liked it. The humour worked for me and I liked that it was this Western kind of setting. I also really liked the characters. I think, in a way, no, I'm not going to say that I preferred the characters in Era 2. I think they were just very different to the Era 1 characters, but I really liked the characters and I wasn't the biggest fan of The Lost Metal just because it felt more like a Cosmere book rather than a Mistborn book. However, I was really intrigued by the direction that the series went in and it has made me more excited to finally read Stormlight Archive at some point. Next on my list is Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko. I haven't read Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko, but I am still really interested in this. I've only heard amazing things and it's also a duology, so there's really no excuse for me to not have read it yet because duologies are so much easier for me to get through. I think just psychologically, if I know that there's only 2 books in a series, even if I don't like 5-star the first book, I still want to continue because I think to myself, well, there's only one more book to go, so it's not like I'm committing to a massive series. But yeah, Editing Sam here just to let you know that apparently I cannot count because there was another series on the list that for some reason I completely missed and that is the Pantomime trilogy or the Micah Gray trilogy by Laura Lamb, and I also surprisingly haven't read that so that's also going to be going on my list. I think I am going to take The Lies of Locke Lamora off the list just because I know it's not a completed series, but otherwise I'm going to have a very busy 2023, especially because I'm also continuing with the Realm of the Outling series and I've also recently started the First Law series by Joe Abercrombie, so that's a lot of series that I need to work on in 2023. I am actually glad, looking back at this list, that I'm still interested in all of these series. I was a little worried because I made this a year ago. I was nervous that I'd watch this video back and think I am not interested in any of these series anymore, but I am actually still interested in reading all of these. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Let me know in the comments which of these series you think I should start with. Let me know if you've read any of them and what you thought of them. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and click subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me, but otherwise I will see you next time. Bye!